So another important thing, I guess this is all high level right now. We're going to jump into some of these hyper focus on these on later dates. But I also want to highlight a little bit of team permissions. You might be a firm that has 10 plus team members, or maybe just only 3 team members, or just 2, or you might be a solo firm. The nice thing here about team items probably would apply to you if it's 2 or more is understanding who needs to have access to what. If you don't want somebody to have access to all of these accounts, only maybe 2 of them, then you have to give them access, right? And you do that by going into the manage team section. And I'm going to have Katie take over a little bit so she could talk about where to go to manipulate the permissions. But this is a nice way for you to know that not all team members need to have all the access. Maybe some of them do. Maybe some of them need to have the access that you do as a firm owner. Those are called admins. So go ahead, Katie, if you want to share your screen. Security is a big thing for TaxDome. So I think that understanding how you can manage security with your team is really, really, really important. So yeah, go ahead, Katie. But you could, I think you could just do a quick overview of the teams, just so everybody can see how you can manipulate the settings for each team member.
So if you're adding a team member or need to change any of their settings, you would come into the settings here and go to teams and plans. It's going to show you what plan you are on. It's also going to let you manipulate your team members. Oh, look, I do have a team member on here. That's helpful. So you can see all of your team members that you have active on here. You're also able to look at any deactivated members that you do have. If I come in here onto my team member, I can click edit and I can change all of their access rights here. I can make it so that they're able to view all of the accounts and manage all of the accounts. If I only want them to have certain access, I would turn these off. But you can kind of go through and manipulate these as you feel necessary. If you click on that question mark, it will bring you to this help page that will go through and describe all the different access rights that you can look at, and it will explain what they all mean so that you can prepare the rights for your individual members. You also have the option here where it says employee. You can change an employee to have admin access, and that means that they will get access to every item that is here on this list.
Yeah. The only thing that I could say that the admin won't have access to is integrating something like QuickBooks. That
Correct.
is strictly for the firm owner, but everything else is pretty much, the same access. So
Correct.
FYI on that.
So go ahead and click save. Another item that you are able to do now is you're able to go through and set up roles. And it has been a few days since I have set these up. So let me look again.
Oh, you're in the right spot, is in the teams.
Oh, I was, okay. That's what I thought. And then I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, this is relatively new. So, the roles, there you go. They're right up at the top.
Yeah, sorry about that. So you can create new roles as necessary. So if you want to designate people to be tax preparers helps if I can spell today. So you can see, and I still spelled it wrong. That's all right. We will fix that really quick. There we go. So you have that option to do a role. I can go into clients and accounts. On my client, on your info page, you can see that you have account roles available here. But yeah, so you can select which team member you would like to be the tax preparer. If you have other roles set up, you can also choose a bookkeeper or the admin for that specific person. You can also come in here to edit the team members that are able to access a specific client. The owner will always be able to access all of the clients, so you will never see them show up on the team member list. Just because, again, they don't always have access to everybody.
Perfect. I think all of this is helpful for 2 or more licenses, right? For
Correct.
big firms that require, to assign a bookkeeper or, an admin to certain accounts, or somebody owns something, they can come in here and say, "Oh, that's my client," and do the drop down and add their name on there, and make sure that they are the ones receiving the tasks that require for them to complete a pipeline, right? Because pipelines are the workflows that you need to complete services for these particular clients. So we'll look at how that looks like once we start, teaching everybody how to create a pipeline, how to assign tasks to certain people in the team, whether they are predetermined here in account roles, or generally you want that to be, a specific person in your business. That same person always takes care of the same task no matter what. There's ways to manipulate the pipeline so that task goes to the right person and nobody else gets bugged and notified incorrectly, right? Which helps streamline your whole process, right? That's the point of everything that you're seeing here. Account roles, the security settings, how to manipulate the CRM. Everything is, here for you to streamline your process as much as possible. So let me know if you wanted to add anything else. Katie, if not, I can jump in to talk a little bit about email sync, and then we'll start talking about how to manipulate your CSV file, your sheet to import.
I think that's it for me on this section. So you can go ahead and take over email sync.